Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. Welcome back to another episode of Two Wheel Talks. Grab your popcorn, get some drinks, and enjoy the show.
Alrighty, what's up guys, and welcome back to another episode of The Walk Around. So today we are on episode 2 and we are following along with episode 1, which was the YFZ 450. Hold on. Confetti. See guys, if you come and get your bike from Dewet&Bikes, we'll blow confetti for you. We plan a nice little song for you as well. We all clap and we sing and we dance. So yeah, no, if you come buy a bike from us, you don't just get a bike, you get the whole experience. Alright? Everybody, literally the entire shop comes here and celebrates with you. So yeah, come and buy a bike. Alright? Here we go, that's point across. As I said, previous episode 1 was the YFZ 450. And carrying along with that theme, we have now got this absolute beast. Absolute monster of a quad, and quite a before this came into the shop I didn't even know it existed. Alright, so it might be rare, maybe not, you know, as I said, I've got very limited knowledge on quads, but yes, Bombardier DS650. Let me get you guys a year model and price. This is a 2005 and it is selling for $49,900 guys. Absolute steal, and it's actually on discount right now, $44,900. So even better, even more of a steal. Guys, this thing, it's absolutely mental. I mean, if you go and look at, we made a little video about like a kind of a Need for Speed style video. You'll see me accelerate and brake. The amount of power that this thing has is just crazy. Like it's, I don't know what to relate it to. Like a Raptor 660 basically, but bigger. So yeah, it's just a lot of fun to ride, I must say. It feels like it's like a tank, but you know, a quad bike version of a tank. I mean, these things they're absolutely crazy and they're huge. I mean, this handlebar, I'm not a very tall human being, but this handlebar is just about at my chest. So yeah, these things are big, and even when you sit on it, you're very high off the ground. It's a very, very, very big bike. So guys, as I said, normally I'll ride the quad here. However, with this one, we don't have reverse or anything like that, and to get it in here is a real mission. So Mr. Gazza, the salesman, actually just helped me out quickly to get this thing in here, just so we can get this video done for you guys. So yeah, we will do a startup. We're just gonna pop it in right at the end of the video. So yeah, this guys is actually, it's not a very popular brand here in South Africa. It's actually made by Can-Am, a very, very, very popular brand over in the States. And yeah, I actually thought it was a Suzuki. And something very simple that I've just noticed, and it could speak to the fact that it's not your traditional, well, it could speak to the fact that it's not like a local bike, but we've actually got our exhaust on the left side. 9 out of 10 quads, off-roads, whatever it is that you see in this country, that exhaust is going to be on the right side. Every single one of these off-roads exhaust is on the right side. YFZ exhaust is on the right side. LTZ exhaust on the right. Raptor 660s, like every single off-road basically, even bikes in South Africa, 9 out of 10 bikes have that exhaust on the right side. So yeah, and I mean, I was looking at it and it doesn't really make sense. Like, why would they take it that way? Why not just come straight out on the right side? But instead they actually put the battery and all of that on that side. So it could honestly come down to a weight distribution thing, but yeah, just food for thought, should I say. So guys, as we always do, as I always say, on the off-roads, my knowledge is quite limited, and even more so with these quads. I did mention in the previous episode, I'm going to do some reading up, find out some more information about these awesome things. But yeah, with that being said, with these off-road episodes, I'm also just give you guys a little bit of a look at modifications that I can pick up, and as well as a little bit of damage here and there, if there's any rust or scratches or dents or whatever it is. And then last but not least, as always, give you guys a nice little startup. So yeah, one of the cool things about these Bombardiers is that they've got some of the biggest carburetors I have ever seen. Oh, look, okay. The carburetor is literally like right here, but the carb is like this big. It's huge. So it's one of the coolest carbs I've ever seen. It's just absolutely massive carb. And yeah, I do know that the carbs are a little bit difficult to work on. However, our mechanic has absolutely mastered these things. I think we've had 3 of them in, This is the first one I'm seeing. Normally it's just in the workshop there. I know one of the first bikes that the service center actually started with was a Bombardier. So yeah, if you're struggling with that carb, guys, bring it in here to the service center at Dewet&Bikes and we'll get that thing running for you the right way, the Dewet&Bikes way. That's what we always say in our videos, and it's true. It's true. I mean, one of the guys, Garen, he actually brought his bike here for a little bit of a servicing, and they did a carb service and all sorts of stuff, and that thing is running absolutely brilliantly now. So yeah, it's running the Dewet&Bikes way, guys. Now, as mentioned in the name, guys, it is a 650cc 4-valve. Obviously, the 4-valve is not mentioned in the name, but you know, you get the point. But yeah, guys, as I said, these things are absolutely crazy, and I love the suspension setup on these. It's just, it's beautiful. It's like sitting on a couch, but you're riding. You know, it's like what was one of the bikes that I reviewed that gave me that sense, like the Harley Davidson XL 1200 Sportster. Such a comfortable bike. Yes, it's big, yes, it's heavy, but that suspension setup is just perfect. It's dialed, and yeah, because of that, it feels like you're sitting on the couch watching TV, but instead you're flying at like 120 k's an hour through the bush, you know. And on this thing, literally nothing is gonna stop you on this. You can drive over a minibus. You don't have to, but you could if you wanted to. Guys, we're gonna hop onto not necessarily modifications, but modifications and a little bit of the features about this thing. So as you guys would have seen up front here, we've got a nice little headlight, and then all the way at the back, as you guys would have seen earlier on, we've got a nice little tail light, as well as what I call a wheelie bar. So when you accidentally wheelie this thing, this is going to look after you. It's going to save you from flipping it. So yeah, it's not, as I said, not a modification, but it's a feature. So very nice, a nice safety feature, if you can call it that. You've got a nice Mursa big front bumper there. I mean, as I said, you can drive into anything. I think you could probably even, okay, now I don't want to say you could drive into a wall and then somebody's going to like buy this and drive into a wall and be like, oh, but you know, the little dude said that I could do it, so don't do that. Then up top here, you've got a nice dash with your RPMs and your neutral light and your warning light and all those sorts of wonderful things, as well as your ignition. Lovely little bar cushion over there. It's an absolute must if you ask me. Rims, I must say, it's an interesting design, but I'm there for it. I'm definitely there for it. I love this outer lining on there. It looks so much better than stock rims. So I love that. Absolutely love that. It looks awesome. Awesome. As I did mention, guys, it is carbureted, and as I mentioned in the previous video, that's the way I prefer it. So yeah, no real issues with fuel injection or anything like that. If you're having any sort of fueling or air issues, it's literally just a matter of taking that carb out, giving it a good service, and popping it back in, and off you go. We've got stock levers, we've got stock foot pegs, stock shifter, stock foot brake. You know, guys, just your normal, typical, you know, quad bolt. Ooh, I do see that we have a nice little radiator guard there. Super nice. If you have a sport bike or any sort of bike, actually, even if it's a quad, radiator guards are absolutely 100% overlooked. They can save you an entire radiator. So yeah, I learned that the hard way. I had my radiator get dinged and bonged and banged by a few too many stones, and eventually just gave up. So yeah, and then after that I bought a radiator guard, and it's been working absolutely perfectly. So yeah, if you can, guys, just go and get yourself a radiator guard. It's a really it's a money saver, actually, at the end of the day. I know it's going to be a little bit pricey to buy it, but trust me, in the long run, it can save you a lot of money. It can save you from buying an entire new radiator. One of the other things that I found pretty interesting about these is the fairing position and the way that it doesn't actually go all over the wheel. It's also quite weird that there is a fairing there, but it makes sense. It makes sense because if you were to put the fairing up here, it would be like, why is that there? It would look very weird. So I love what they did with these. And I think they did it absolutely perfectly. It's taking up that negative space there. I think they could maybe have brought it forward a little bit further, you know, just extend the length of it, but nonetheless, it looks absolutely awesome. I mean, if you go and look at the YFZ, you can see that it's got nothing there. And all of that extra space, see, it doesn't look too weird on this one, but I feel like on that it would look super weird. But even then, if you were to get like a little fairing over there, ooh, that would look spiff. that looks buff. Little LT50 over there, boys. It almost made this season. Maybe next season, it might make next season, but it almost made it this season. And yeah, guys, other than that, there's not really much that I can touch on. Obviously, we'll just have a quick look at the damage when I do that. Well, as I do that, should I say. Just bear in mind, guys, this is an off-road, and this was definitely used in an off-road application. So, as you guys will see, we've got a few dents and dings on the front bumper there. I mean, that's what it's there for. We've got some nice protectors here at the bottom. Actually not too scuffed up, so that looks super good. No major damage on there that I can see. No major damage to your shocks or anything like that. As I did say, I do love the rims, and yeah, I didn't see any sort of damage on those. I think you would have to really try to damage those rims. I think these tires are huge. Beyond that, guys, as expected, there's a little bit of rust here and there. As I said in the previous episode, unless you are storing your bike inside 24/7 or you wipe it down immediately after washing it, you are gonna run into some rust. So yeah, nothing too crazy on here, guys. Yeah, the only thing that I'm really noticing that's like broken per se is this little strap. Normally that sits like that over there. I'm sure we could actually sort that out. I don't know why we haven't done it yet, but yeah, I'm sure we can sort that out. Foot pegs, foot brake, no major damage there. Fortunately, with these quads, you're not going to see a lot of damage unless it has been like absolutely flipped. It's not like the off-roads that get dropped or they hit things on the sides, like on your discs or your swing arm or stuff like that. As I said, most of the time these axles are going to take the hit. But as I said up front there, I'm not seeing any sort of damage whatsoever. So yeah, no indications that this thing has been flipped. As I did mention, it does have the quote-unquote wheelie bar, which has definitely done its job, as you guys can see. But yeah, no, levers are all good, guys. I have felt the throttle cable quite a few times. I've brought it in and out, so it rides absolutely beautifully. Really, like, you'd have to, obviously there's going to be like scratches and stuff like this over here. You guys will see, like, yeah, obviously that's going to be there. It's expected. So yeah, it's stuff that you really can't avoid. These grips are still in great condition. You're not going to need to replace them anytime soon. There's no leaking on any of the shocks or anything like that. There's no engine leaks. We do have the belly pan there for the engine as well, so all of that underneath the engine is all nice and safe. So yeah, other than a few paint chips here and there and a few scratches here and there, guys, I'm really not seeing anything major per se. So yeah, I am going to give you guys a start up. Unfortunately, I'm not going to ride it out because, as you can see, because of this pillar, it's going to be a little bit of a mission. And unfortunately, the only downfall on this bike is that it does not have reverse. Unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, it does not have reverse. So yeah, let's go and grab this key and then get you guys a little start up. Alrighty, let's get this thing started. I probably shouldn't try and rev it while it's cold. I see one of these lights is freaking out. Now that's one thing about getting these aftermarket spotlights. Yes, you can get them pretty damn close to working perfectly, but you're always going to run into something like that. I've seen a lot of these spotlights, especially on GS's. A lot of them actually just don't work, so I wonder why this one is freaking out like that. Well, there you have it, guys. That's why we do this. It's actually another opportunity for me to point it out to the mechanics and just say, hey, listen, guys, this thing is actually not working for me. So, yeah. It wasn't flashing when we started it, which was weird. Sounds absolutely menacing. A very nice pipe on there. Just want to see. See, it's not like... Oh, you see, there you go. And now it's not flashing. So yeah, as I said, yeah, aftermarket stuff, it's nice. Don't get me wrong, I love aftermarket parts. However, they never work as they should. Why? Because they weren't supposed to be there in the first place. So guys, there you have it for the second episode of this season of the walk around. Now, unfortunately, we don't have any more quads. As I did mention, the LT50 had almost made it to this season. So yeah, maybe next season you guys will see the little LT50. But yeah, guys, that's it from me today. If you guys have any sort of questions, just drop them down in the comments and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. And yeah, other than that, that's it from me today, guys. I'll catch you guys all in the next episode. Peace.